talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Moore will throw. He's going for a big play downfield. And they won't make the connection. Looking to make a big play there.
I think for a quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. Going up against one of the best defenses in the country, you've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not able to get loose on the return, but what a play to put his team in business at the 33.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end and just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Running back searching for a hole. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Makes the grab. It's Williams. Oh, he's got some space. Russell out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
The QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket? You've got time to throw. You have a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. To the air. It's Salter. Firing to the right, complete. Lane stop just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job on it.
And the Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. Barrels ahead. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, and that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Gets it out quickly. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. A pass in these tight quarters, if you're going to put the ball up, you'd like to think that you'd either have space or get it downfield a little bit.
Yeah, I like the defense understanding where the end zone is and then defending that line. It's okay to make the catch. You just got to make sure you get the ball.
Looking for the end zone.
Defense has to do a better job of their assignment of football, trying to slow this option play down. Someone has to account for the dive, the quarterback, and the pitch man. That time they were missing the pitch man outside. That's why he scored.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So they start in a great spot, about 34 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Benson. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
So many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
They'll give it to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab and there's room. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. Oregon was dominant last season until the Ducks ran into that Ohio State juggernaut in the Rose Bowl, and that left Oregon still in search of its long-awaited first national title.
Well, Dan Lanning has built this thing into a national championship contender. He's done it in the trenches. But I'm curious to see what they do at quarterback and how that position plays out. Dylan Gabriel exhausted his 17th year of eligibility finally last year, David. So that's where my eyes are at.
He did, no doubt about it. He was around for a long time, but I think it's more the excitement with Lanning and continuing to bring in high recruiting classes, but breaking through and getting that first national title. They're on the precipice. Is this the year?
Moore to the air. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Ducks!
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And he tacked on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Price. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Got the quick play. He'll be stopped and forced out now. Right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
Toss to the outside. Virtually unblocked, and he stopped for a loss of 8.
A lot of times offenses will do the FIB, formation into the boundary, try to take advantage of you necessarily spreading out, sending more resources to the field, trying to take advantage. Offense gave it a whirl, but the defense, they did not move. They did their assignments, got the TFO.
Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
I love fighting for extra yards, and I'm going to encourage every single one of my running backs, receivers, and tight ends to do it. It's just not my quarterback. I really got to understand, listen, play's over, get down on the ground, don't take too many of those big shots.
Looking to the big tight end. Got it in the middle, it's out there. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure it to first down.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you've got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the Buffaloes look to keep this drive humming. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Salter. Pressure coming. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Across the 35. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
That is a crazy sequence of events because if you're the defense, you're feeling yourself after getting that sack on first down. Now you've got them second in California thinking you're going to do it again, and you let him get out the gate. The speed shows up. He somehow is able to make people miss, use the speed, get to the sticks. That kills you as a defense.
The Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. The option look. Couldn't really get started there. Pick up a 1 to the 35.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Bring in the heat. He'll pull it down. There we go. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put on the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tug the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
And the Buffaloes had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Here's a Heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
Well, it's no wonder this quarterback is getting more and more confident, not necessarily throwing it, but I think running it. You saw that earlier in this drive, too. On that last play, he's thinking to himself, man, it's been working for me so far. Every time I just tuck it, take off scrambling, something good seems to happen, so that's not going to stop.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now, you see they're generating this.
They got it!
Yeah, you saw how they just overloaded the left-hand side that time. They were able to overwhelm the offensive line, get in the backfield, and then get their paws up to block that kick.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Moore will throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. Threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Looking downfield on 1st down. That's caught. It's Moore.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, we'll take that throw all day.
Grab near the sticks. It's Benson. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
The Ducks moving quickly to the line. To the air on 2nd down. Throwing right. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but one throws to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. Release to the back. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Ooh, that's one of those where you're breathing a big sigh of relief. That ball could have been intercepted, and worse, could have been intercepted in house, but offense caught a little bit of a break. Nice play by the defense, but the offense glad to punt in this situation if they want to punt.
He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Moore. He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push it or just clear a little bit of space and get some
job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Well, the head coach told us in pregame he liked the way his defensive speed matched up, and it's really hard to get the edge against these guys.
Everybody wants to run outside and get their fast guys in space, but you look at how fast these backers close and run to the football, it looks like you've got a little bit of space out wide, and then, boom, it's gone in a hurry.
Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Let's it fly.
Offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room, probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Miller. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Salter. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. He'll try to do it himself. Nice run there. Picks up the few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Fires downfield. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Grab over the middle. It's Miller. The pass is 25. He's got room. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. That's going to wrap up the first half. Here now we join Kevin with the halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. Coming out with it, it's Miller. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Scanning the field, it's Salter. Extending the play. He's going to run it.
I got to be honest, I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
Grab near the marker. It's Williams.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on third down? Awesome job by the quarterback in his progression.
Wants to go up top on first down. Moves it in. It's Hayden. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And the Buffaloes come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Their pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Moore will throw. Quick completion on the out route. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
To the air on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiving group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
Chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14.
Yeah, at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Trouble throws. Complete and looking for enough for the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Takes a grab past the marker. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent.
And perhaps a touchdown saving tackle as it gets him down at the 37.
Great job by the offense. Listen, the defense is going to sit back in zone. You know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys are going to look at the quarterback. They're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Looking for a huge play. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Looking for a man. It's Salter. Rushes on him. They get to him as he throws. Hey! Oh, what a play by this defense. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Oh, they're after him. The short hand. It's Moore. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it. But you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was
Turning it on. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. The Ducks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeover.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
He'll bring it out. It's Miller. He gets a block. He's on the loose. It's a right. They won't get it. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Put it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back. And boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you can be provided that much space, and you can tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. 1 more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Benson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Moore to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. There he goes. He's at the touchdown Ducks. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. If you need me to throw it, I can do that too.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes...
Always got some space. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
It's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. The quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Looking to throw it, Salter. Fires to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching close routes or dunks. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots for the defense. This guy really...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And how about the complimentary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football game.
A fourth quarter field goal down by this much. That's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. Looking for the score. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown. And they take it in for 6 more points. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up by 30 over Michigan State. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can, so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Here we go. Moore will throw. Pocket breaking down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down.
Quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, but the defense made him pay. They get a massive sack.
He wants to go deep. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Oregon. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And the offense takes control of this football game. I tell you what, this offense doesn't wow you at every position. They've got some good players. They find a way to put drives together. They find a way to score. But this team is undefeated. This team is a force to be reckoned with, continuing to stay undefeated.
And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
Because of the big collision